and Verdict. Some people don't like Verdict in this matchup. I do. That's just me. Okay, so we gotta make some cuts. Those are the potentials. Now we need to trim down. I think Electrolyze is cool, but a little slow. Obviously, Counterflux comes out first. Remand is not the greatest in this match, but I really want to have 2s to pitch. Dispel's not the greatest in this instance. The Ojitai is a little cute, as is the Logic Knot. But I like having 2s. His deck is 2s, dot deck. If you can counter the Ravagers and or the Platings, you just win. So I like being as heavy on 2 as possible, outside of running something completely wrong like Stroke. I think I'm going to trim down our expensive counter magic and just run the Verdict. Now, he does have man lands. Ad nauseum. In Modern, I think it's a cool deck. I could trim on Remand, though. It's not at its best. I can even trim on Probes because they're not at their best either in this matchup. I don't really get to get the full benefit of them. Like, what this match is really about is just keeping a shoal hand and countering the, countering plating. Cut Remands or Probes. I think I really want to keep a high intensity of 2s. I'm going to cut 2 Probes. And we still kind of curve. I always like to put my tap lands in the 1s pile. So I think we still do technically curve. Submit. Let's win the next 2. Now, if you can shoal his CMC2 cards, you just win. Or if you Spell Snare it. This is still a keep. We could mull to see if we find a Stony, but I feel like this... We didn't get to keep a 7 last time. I'm going to try to keep a 7 this time. You don't like the Spellskite Colbrick? I actually like Spellskite in this match. Sometimes they're on the Galvanic Blast plan. I didn't see exactly what he was doing, though. Okay, we keep the Mentor. Oh, Stony Silence. Fantastic. So, bottom, top. Fantastic. This is fantastic. This is Stony Silence you. This is the nuts. Where's Robopod? You're in trouble, buddy. That is a 1/1. Shoal. Okay. So if I go Colonnade, hold up Bolt, I can shoal 1s and 2s. It may also have been correct there to just Vision. I kind of want to play the Monastery first, though. There are scarier creatures in his list, but I think I'm fine, especially since I have a Snapcaster. I think I'm fine just toasting the Vault Scourge. Robopod. We're looking really great. What's your place, sir? Nothing? Okay. So now we get to go Monastery Flooded. So you go Monastery here, and just probably win. I don't have any red. I do have some white, but we already have white. I am just going to go basic plains, or basic island, excuse me, and Serum Vision. We'll get our triggers. All right. I'm actually going to bottom this guy. And maybe it was wrong to bring them in the first place. Lightning Helix was the draw. Or it will be next turn's draw. Pass it back. Hanger back walker. Thing's annoying. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I'm going to. And that's how you take down Affinity. Or at least how we do it. I didn't see Spellskite from my opponent. That doesn't mean we cut the Twisted Image. He may just have not seen it. Spellskite is definitely in his list. Otherwise, he probably should get some. So maybe I was wrong about bringing in Spellskite. We did get there. Cut all Remand and Spellskite. I can't cut the Remands, Colbrick. I need to shoal for 2 in this matchup. We have to shoal for 2. If we cut Remand, we're cutting down our chances of doing that. I'm fine with cutting the Spellskites, though. It wasn't very good there. I'm with you. I'm fine running, going back to Probes or even Cryptics or Ojitais. What's up, Mackie? I'm fine bringing in some ones, more ones. But really in this matchup, all that I'm going to want to shoal is on 2. And the only other 2 I have, I'm not running in this matchup. I mean, Cryptic Command buys us a turn. How do we go back to another probe? This seems fine. We have to keep all the 2s in this matchup because you have to be able to counter the 2s. Oh, I really want to keep it, but I can't. Mr. Mulligan. Even though we're on the draw and maybe we did get there, it's just not going to get there. This hand also doesn't get there in time. Unless we draw very live. I mean, Snap Blocks is not good enough. Turn 4 Sweeper against Affinity can easily not be good enough. And we're on the draw. I'll take a 5. Alright, we have to keep here. Unfortunate. It's the same hand, basically. Just down a Snapcaster now. Just have to hope that his opener isn't that explosive. So far it's not too explosive. Okay, it wasn't a very explosive opener, which is good. If he had a more explosive opener, I think we were boned. I think a more explosive opener from the opponent would have just ended us. Okay, so he didn't have a very explosive opener. We might actually get to cast this Supreme Verdict against him and get back in the game. A Remand. Okay. man to buy time. Interesting. What's your follow-up? A Thoughtcast? Manlands will be the problem. Agreed, Manlands will be the problem. I'm totally there with you. I realize that, but we gotta kind of keep going. We brought back in Cryptic, right? But I need double white for the verdict. All of the lands. What's up, Mackie? Okay, Shoal. Sure. That weird spot where the Karanos would have been fine, right? Oh man, if I left up blue, I could have countered this. If I played the island, I could have countered the Thopter. Unfortunate. Well, we're aiming to verdict next turn anyway, right? The real question is, why aren't I at Eternal Weekend with you? I guess that is a fair question. It's a lot of damage we're taking, though. Okay, go to 11. So I unfortunately have to verdict here, but we do have Disrupting Shoal Pitch Snapcaster behind it, which always feels nice. So white. Verdict. Maybe die to the Manlands now. At least we're not going to lose to a Plating or Revoke, Ravager. Thankfully, his Manlands didn't get large enough to where they're not boltable. Like, drawing bolt is still an out. Thoughtcast. Unfortunate. I'm good, Greeked. What's up, man? Yes, they do, Happy Trees. They do retain the 1/1 counters. If I had the opening hand of Shoal plus a 2-drop, I actually would have probably Shoaled the Seer. But I didn't have it. We're not dead immediately. Like, we could go Colonnade. So I'm not dead yet. Is this me holding up Snap Remand, or I could, like, Shoal? Ravager, and you have 4 cards left? Okay. Maybe I should have played around Spell Pierce, though, I just realized. Sometimes they run that. Nope, he didn't have it. Good. Is this another Ravager? Another Ravager wins, too. So even Colonnade block isn't good enough now. I'm going to have to draw a removal spell and do a Colonnade block. It's very close. Well, we do have a Snapcaster in hand. Any live draw... Like, basically, our live draws look like... Okay, so he's just swinging with the Nexus, the 1 Nexus? Okay. Well, what's your follow-up play, then? He has something else he wanted to play if he's doing that, if he's not swinging with both Manlands.